Hi there everyone, it's Sarah here and welcome to my little shed at the top of the garden, and I'm here with a video for you this week for a little change as part of my Shabby Sunday series. As I said, this is number 5 and I'm really quite enjoying doing these little projects every week. It's getting me back into my shed, back into crafting, and it's so much fun thinking up the projects every week for you. So yesterday I was at a bookmaking workshop over in Edinburgh at a little place called Stamper's Grove, and I had a great time, and I'm going back to their next class, which is on card making, on the 22nd of February. So I thought I would share one of the projects that we were taught yesterday and make this my Shabby Sunday project. So I'll show you what we made. We made a little book out of a tag, and this was a number, I think it's a number 8 tag. Yeah, this was a number 8 tag that we used yesterday, and it's just making a little book out of a tag, folding it over and putting some paper on the inside, and I thought what a great little idea. And we just put some little bits and pieces on the front. It was more the techniques rather than decorating and making the books yesterday, so I thought I would take a wee bit of time today and make one of these out of a number 10 tag to make it slightly larger. So I'll pop that there just now. So these are the number 10 tags, quite big, and I've already kind of marked one up, but I'll do one from scratch for you. So this is what I'd done, and I'd actually made a mistake when I was measuring it out, and so I just ended up making one piece all scored. So these tags are 4 1/8 by 8 1/2. So I scored it at 1 1/2 inches and 5 inches. So let me just get a tag out and we'll make it from scratch. There we go. So if we get a little scoreboard here and pop that in and score it at 1 1/2 and 5. Okay, and that's the first step done. And what this will basically do is we'll fold at the creases once we put the patterned paper on, and we'll make the little tag pocket there as well. There's so many different ways you can do these. I mean, you can do them with your distress inks, and so I'm going to do another one next week, and with another different book that I learned the technique on, and share that with you and do another Shabby Book Sunday, and that will be number 6. So I've already picked out a couple of papers that I really thought would be quite nice with this book, and they're both by Glitz Designs, and they're from the Beautiful Dreamer collection. So this is what I'm going to use as my pages on the inside and decorate the outside with. So I need to do a little bit of measuring here. this is going to be the front, so that when you open it up, you're going to have the little pocket here, and we're just going to get the pages sorted out now. So rather than having this kind of plain, I am going to, you could either stamp it with a script stamp, or in fact I think I might actually do that, because I do have a script stamp, and just stamp it in pink. Or you can take a piece of the scrap paper that you have left over on one of these strips and actually cut it down. I think it might actually be nicer if I do that. So what I'll do is I'll just take measurements. So I need that to be 4 inches by 1, 2, 3/8. Right, so I'll just do that anyway while we're one, two, three. Pop that on there like that. I'm just going to mark where the tag part is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can just run my nail round that circle, or even this little, well, that's not going to be any good, the edge of a pen or something like that, and just run it round. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a circle punch and punch that out, if I can find my circle punch. Oh, here it is. That was handy. So you can see roughly where I just went round with a circle. So I'm just going to punch that out. And when we stick this on, it's going to be a perfect match for where the circle is. Now, I might actually use a wet glue for this because of the fine line that's or even, I got some of this yesterday, collage glue stick. I might actually use one of these. I hadn't used these before until I went to the class yesterday, and I thought, oh, they're quite good, so I bought a couple. And this might just be the perfect medium that I need for being able to stick this down, because that's such a fine little line at the bottom there. So let me just get some glue on this and get it going. I quite like that. There we go. So let me just get rid of all these little bits of red line. Static tape. There we go. So there we go. We've got the inside done of the little pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm sure I've got an 1/8 of an inch. There we go. An 1/8 of an inch red line. and just run a little bit up either side of the tag flap. And then just fold that up, and that's your pocket created. Okay, so that's the front of your book, and inside you have this flap for a pocket. Now, to do the pages, these are my pages, and I'm going to be, maybe not put all of them in because it won't close, because this is quite good quality double-sided paper. So just get that in, maybe do 3. So really you've got enough to do 2 books with this, and all you're going to be doing is folding this paper in half and give it a really good crease. Okay, so what we want to do is join our papers together, okay, and line them up to our book in the centre, like so. And then what you want to do is you need to get something that you can stick like a pokey tool into, and hopefully I'll be able to find mine. I was using it just the other week. Here we go. Okay, so what you want to do is line up the creases, and you want to punch 3 holes. So you want one roughly in the middle, and an equal distance above it, and an equal distance below it. So you've got like 3 holes. And then what you want to do is you want to turn it over and just make sure that you can go down through the other side. There we go. So keeping that together, what you want to do is, if you've got a clip handy, you know, like these fold back clips, it just keeps everything together. And if you've got 2, put one on the other side so that it doesn't move. There we go. Okay, so this is just going to keep your book together while you get your needle and thread on the go. Okay, now I got some thread yesterday. This is book binding thread, but I'm not sure I'm going to have enough of this to do my book. So I might just use, I've got some linen thread, but it's unwaxed. You need roughly 3 times the size of your book in thread. So I'm just going to use this vintage linen thread that I've had for a long time. So let's just see. I got this from my mother-in-law actually, so that's 1, 2, 3. I'll just chop that off there, and then thread up our needle. I've actually ordered an awl for, you know, book binding, and also some of the linen thread, because I quite enjoyed doing this. So what you want to do is you want to go down through the middle and leave a tail, a longish tail, because you've got to tie it off, and then you come up through the right hand side one, then you go back down through the middle, and then you come up through the other side there, whilst all the time keeping it taut, and then you want to just go through that bit there and then go back down through the middle, and then just come back up. And then what you want to do is just tie that off. And then just snip your ends and just leave like a little piece in the middle, just tied, and then you can remove your clips. And then that's your little book done, more or less. You can decorate the front with how you want, and what you've got then is you've got nice patterned pages on the inside. You could maybe put photographs on the floral pages and then write a little bit on the plain. So they're quite pretty, quite a nice idea. And what else you could do if you wanted, if you didn't want them square, is you could round off the corners with a corner chomper and do the 1/4 inch. I'll just pop these in and do that. Just make it look a little bit different. And there you go, you've rounded your corners in your book. And that's your little Valentine's. Shabby chic. Am I round the other way? I am. So what you can do is you can just make sure that you give everything a good crease once it's in. And then what you can do is you can make another little tag to go in here, or you could, if you have little sentiment kind of things, you can just pop them in. These are just a couple of little tags that I had handy here. I mean, it's endless possibilities with this, and the things that you can do with it. So I'm going to decorate the front of this cover, but that's the basics for the book. And if you want to see the finished decorated book, head over to my blog and you'll be able to see what I did with the front of it, and the little tag that I make for the inside. So I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. I had so much fun yesterday at the workshop making these, and I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to share this on my blog tomorrow because I know other people would really like to make these. So there you go, little project. Thanks for tuning in and watching, and I shall see you all soon. So bye for now.